Yo, what's good, boys and girls? Welcome back. My energy is way higher because I'm not filming at midnight or at 3 a.m. and I'm still caffeinated, right? So today we're gonna talk about having long-term vision and the importance of that. That is something that I seem to forget every once in a while, but I make this video to, first of all, hold myself accountable to it, and second of all, to remind myself of how important it is to have a long-term vision. If you're just moving day to day, you're just surviving, then there's no purpose. You're not working for a higher goal. And if you start setting yourself up to higher standards and start having higher goals, then it will be harder to achieve them. And for that, you need to remember why you're doing what you're doing, so you don't give up midway through. And I've been networking a lot this past month, and I see that a lot of the times I just go into it and I'm expecting something. And with these networking calls, it's hard to find value inside them directly, because at the end of the call, it's not gonna change me as a person. And the direct ROI on these conversations is not exactly visible. And that's why it's important to remember the long-term vision of it, because it's just like relationships with any other human being. It doesn't happen from one call, from one conversation. It happens over a period of time, and you need to really build it up. It's more about connection than just trying to fit puzzle pieces together of how can this guy be useful for me. For example, I got in a call with this guy called Ryan on my first week of doing online sales, and this guy was in his first week of doing closing, and we didn't exactly know much, but we were just chatting shit, right? We were just talking, just doing whatever. And now 3 weeks later, this guy has become a closer. He's doing pretty good. I've learned more about setting, and now we're just talking on higher levels automatically, and I can help him out on getting offers on closing, and he can help me out getting offers on setting. So it's really important to have the long-term vision, especially in connection calls and literally anything else you're doing in life. Because if you don't have a higher purpose and you don't remember what your higher purpose is, along the road, along the journey, you will just forget about the destination, and then you will just give up. So be strong enough to have this long-term vision to achieve your goals. So Tristan, you're talking all this shit about having long-term goals. What are yours? Well, first of all, the reason I got into sales is that I want to start my own business one day, and I want to get to know sales. So appointment setting is the vehicle to get me to understand sales. So it is the first stage of that. Then I want to get into closing. That is the second stage. Then I want to start my own offer or start my own business, whatever, start an agency. That is my third step. After that, I want to get into real estate. Everyone needs a place to live. It's way better having a home than having to pay rent for a home. So that's my future goals, shortened down. And having these future goals will help me wake up and actually get moving towards it. Because if I just wake up, I realize that, oh my god, this journey is so hard, what the fuck am I doing? Then eventually I'll just give up. So it's really important that you visualize, you embrace, and you remind yourself what you're actually working towards. That was this video. Higher energy, shorter, but hopefully valuable. Thank you for watching.